Hey everyone, it's Liz here. Welcome back to the Potsie Zebra. I have an update on my gastro saga. It's no longer an issue, it's a saga. If you haven't watched my last video about my MRI results, click up here. On that will take you to the other video because it make more sense, I think, before you watch this one. But anyway, if you have watched the other one, basically, I went to see my gastro doctor on Thursday, I think. Yeah, it was Thursday. No, it wasn't. It was Friday. It doesn't matter anyway. But so I was hoping to, because of my recent relapse again with my stomach issues, to talk to him about the MRI and see what that meant, and because I've had all the tests and I'm still getting all these issues, to see if he can diagnose me finally. However, sorry, I'm just gonna, the light's a bit bright on this. Okay. So we went to see him. It was actually not that late for a change, and he basically said that yes, the MRI showed a thickening of the colon, and when I questioned, when it's the report of both the the colonoscopy last year and the MRI this year said about focal active colitis, he said that's just a word they use on their reports. It doesn't mean anything, which is stupid because why would they even mention it if it didn't mean anything? And also he said that he looked at my last blood tests that I had done and said that, you know, tests aren't very accurate and this and that, which he said a million times before. And I think, well, what is the point of having tests if they're not accurate? Because I know he's talking a load of crap, basically. And also, he wants to repeat the sigmoidoscopy because he said, oh, you've got all these, you know, your symptoms are still bad. The MRI has shown this, and the sigmoidoscopy earlier this year was done before the MRI. And I said to him about the issue of the bowel prep, that my stomach is completely empty and not irritated when they do the scopes. So this time he's going to ask them to give me an enema when I get to the hospital, and have that and let that work before the sigmoidoscopy. If you don't know, the sigmoidoscopy is like a colonoscopy, but it's not as bad because it doesn't go as far up your colon. I tend to just go with gas and air because that really like makes me feel like drunk, and I don't really like the sedation because it doesn't really work on me. I don't feel at all sleepy or out of it. I just feel the same. And it means that you can go home pretty much as soon as you're feeling okay, and as long as your monitoring's okay. But I'm just so annoyed because I've spoken to a lot of people recently on lots of different groups, especially the Crohn's and Colitis UK group, and they said about how different the sigmoidoscopy is to the MRI, because the MRI is looking from the top down in layers, whereas the sigmoidoscopy, I can't even say it now, sigmoidoscopy is going inside the bowel. And he says, well, if the outside of the bowel was irritated, then I wouldn't be getting the diarrhea, because diarrhea comes from the inside of your bowel. So I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just so angry because he's not like, every time I see him he smiles and is like, almost like someone's put him in a hypnotic state, like a trance. He's like kind of sits there and is like this all the time, and I'm just like. And also my mum mentioned again about my Sjogren's and like how it affects the bowels, and he's like, no, that only affects the eyes and the mouth, that doesn't affect the bowels. I'm like, you're the only doctor to not know that, because like it's on the NHS website, it's on all the information you can get from the BSSA, it's like. So yeah, that has really annoyed me, because if I went to Professor Aziz with the MRI results and all the others, he would probably agree with me that it's colitis. But now I have to have the sigmoidoscopy. I hope I don't have to wait long, because if I do, I'm just going to go straight to Professor Aziz, because last time I did that, he completely overruled what this stupid doctor I see at Addenbrooke said, and he also picked up on a lot of things that this doctor at Addenbrooke's didn't. He diagnosed my mast cell activation disorder, he diagnosed histamine intolerance, he changed my medication, which helped massively. So, I don't know. And I don't know what's going on, because look, you might have noticed in my last few videos I have this. This is like a sore that's been there for months. My skin is really bad at the moment. My arms, my stomach, and yeah, my face is just in flare. And I'm a bit better than I was last week. I couldn't eat last week. I was back to my elemental drinks. And then I started having a little bit of food, and it seems that the antibiotics I were on weren't helping, and they irritate the stomach. But I'm still in pain in my stomach all the time. It hurts right now. So I don't really know what to do. Sorry, this is really shaky. I didn't even realise. So I don't know when my sigmoidoscopy will be. I have no appointment date yet. But I know what's good with that is that whenever I've had it before, they tell you then and there if they can see anything, which is pretty good, except for obviously the biopsies that they take. You don't get to know that. But at least this one was, when I had it before in March, I had the report on it quite quickly, whereas the one that we've been waiting for so long was the MRI. So I'm just fed up with it all. I just want a diagnosis or a different doctor. I don't know. I'm stuck with this gastro doctor who seems to know nothing, and I'm really cheesed off, really. So I'll update you with any new information, but other than that, I'm going to work on some other videos for this channel. I want to do one about there's lots of things actually. I'll leave it as a surprise, but don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification so you know when I've posted new videos. I'm trying to do one a week at the moment. I think it's just over a week since my last video. Mo wants to be in the video. Don't you, Mo? Do you want to be in the video? Yeah. He's actually been really good when I wasn't well last week. He was like constantly following me everywhere and sitting with me, and you're a good boy, aren't you, Mo? Yes. And he's gorgeous. Anyway, I shall speak to you all soon, and don't forget to subscribe. We're getting really good viewing stats now, so yeah, that would be great if you subscribe. Bye.